All right, everyone, welcome to Into the Cypher State. We are the premier public broadcast of Galactica Network. I think we're actually just going to try and get mad scientists up. I had them up here for a moment. I think they've dropped down. Just give me one moment, guys. We'll see if we can make sure we get our guests up. Just 2 seconds. Hey, who's behind the mad scientist profile? Have we got the speaking working now?
Jim, how you doing?
Hey, wonderful, wonderful. I thought we were having terrible technical difficulties. We're okay. I'm doing good, man. You?
I'm good, thanks.
Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. And welcome to the stage, Trendy too.
Good morning. Good morning.
Wonderful to have you up, guys. Okay, right. Once again, guys, so we'll start again just because obviously we had a little snafu there. So welcome to Into the Cypher State, everyone. This is the premier public broadcast of Galactica Network. We are the ultimate private identity stack for Web3, decentralized layer 1 blockchain, trying to basically give you back ownership of your data, allow you to actually make money on it rather than some other corporation. So it's all a good mission. We would really like you to check us out. So this is going to be pretty much the one and only show on this show. So if you can check out the Galactica.com profile, who's up on the stage here, and give us a follow, that'd be great. Okay, so today we are talking to the mad scientists. We've got the guys from the mad scientists up here. We're going to be talking about building real communities with real people, what that actually entails, and from the perspective of a project that has been through this, who's done this stuff, who's clearly built a really good community. And we'd love to get some perspective from you guys. Before we start, though, I'm just going to go do a quick disclaimer. It's very important to remember that myself, any team members that come up on stage, we are guides to navigating the Cypher State, but we are not your financial advisors. Our guests' opinions are very much their own, and nothing in this space constitutes financial or investment advice. With that being said, guys, I think a couple of introductions are in order. So let's go with Trendy first. Trendy, you there?
Yes, sorry. It's very early here, and I was retweeting and sharing and doing all.
No, man, no worries at all. I'm actually really thankful to both of you. This space, for anyone who's not aware, was supposed to occur on Wednesday during a more reasonable hour for our American friends, and currently it's very early morning, and we very much appreciate their presence. So thank you, guys.
No worries. We appreciate you, and just to say that your voice is very smooth to hear in the morning, so it's not a bad thing to be here and to wake up to this
the goal,
this
man.
smooth jazz host voice.
That's what
But yeah,
I'm here for, bro.
my name is Trendy. I am part of the team for the Mad Scientist. I would say that if you were to break off Mad Scientist into different branches, I focus more about the community branch. So I try to kind of harbor, foster, take care of the community as much as I can, be the main voice, the driving figure to make sure the community is happy and growing. But yeah, to be here on this chat with you, learn more about Galactica, and I'll hand it over to Zerk.
Yeah, welcome to the stage, Zerk.
Jim, I gotta say, it's one of the more professional spaces from the start. You guys do an amazing job, really cool, and agree the voice is very soothing for 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm Zerk, co-founder of Mad Scientists, so I do community stuff as well, and focus a lot on, I think they call it BDSM now, which is
You focus
business
on
development.
BDSM. That's a soundbite right there.
Yeah. They add the SM just because I think it's a little extra in this crypto space. So yeah, that's my kind of role at the Mad Scientist.
I love it. I love it. Okay, I'm going to start calling it that now from now on as well. Just so you're aware, that's beautiful. I love it. If we can get some hundreds in the chat for the guys for improving the outlook and the viewpoint of business development overall by creating that tag, I would appreciate it. Thank you very much, everyone in the chat. Okay, so today we've got a few things on the docket. Generally, just so you know, guys, I know you haven't been on the show before. We normally just go through a couple of relevant news items and then we hit the main topic. Today, for example, we have this is from the last week. So synthetics, you've probably all heard of synthetics, quite a major protocol. Very interesting occurrence that happened here, to be honest. So the founder of synthetics has extended like $86,000 to an ex-treasurer of his. Now, the ex-treasurer of synthetics, they were basically like the chief financial officer when they were working for the company. And this means that they had like control of the finances and the financial outlook of synthetics. However, basically this former CFO, Synthaman, he lost all of his synthetics holdings due to liquidation caused by market volatility and high-risk decisions. Now, I don't know what you guys know about financial terms, but in most people's eyes, those nice words generally end up being just, I invested in stupid stuff and I lost all my money. So it kind of highlights a couple of things for me. So like this financial crisis that kind of engulfed Synthaman, it arose from a combination of like the market volatility that he was talking about, high risk financial strategies, and like a forced liquidation after the fact. Now, I think that's like if he held the position of CFO and all that stuff, like with all this stuff just means idiot level gambling to me personally. I would love to get like any opinions. Have you actually used synthetics before, guys, or have you heard of them? There's or trendy.
I didn't know they were still around. Honestly, that was a protocol I think 3 years ago that was popular. Not
Right?
anymore. And
Yeah.
did you say they lost 86K?
No. So the founder of synthetics has like given $86,000 to his former CFO, who basically lost all his money.
Oh, who leveraged? Well, I got a solution for them. They should ask the community to buy the token. They should do a raise. I heard that's the meta right now. I don't know if you're familiar with what happened in the Cosmos. It's founders using leveraged positions on their own token and then asking the community to bail them out. You may not like this opinion, but it is what happened. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, though.
You know what? I don't know actually what you're referring to. I can completely understand the notion due to the way this space works. But if you want to say a specific, you can. This space is open.
Yeah. So it is also a DeFi protocol within the Cosmos that used that leveraged their token and unfortunately got liquidated. But they asked the community to raise some funds to bail them out, and it did happen, and it's working out. So I guess I have this nice saying that one of our community members always tells us, right? Everybody's here and they preach this decentralization and we're going to change the system. But I think for the most part, people don't want to change the system. They just want to change their place in the system. And this is really like proof of this, Oh, it's not right that banks or so and so use leverage and then they liquidate your money. But they're doing the same thing in crypto. And this is not the first occurrence. And sure, it won't be the last. So
100%, and without
totally
we do it in this space without oversight, without anything, without any like just basically trying to get the community to fund everything. It's a tricky place to be like an investor in this space. I think
I guess transparency is nice because most you see this, you see people getting liquidated, right? Like it's open, so there's that. Like they get caught real quick. That being said, I mean, uh, the harm is done already. So at the point, okay, we know that you got liquidated and you leveraged, but you still shouldn't have done that in the first place. So I guess, transparency is great for crypto, but I feel there's still decisions that are being made that are very unilateral and just people trying to make a quick buck, I guess.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Like, just a point to everyone who's listening right now: don't trust people's titles in this space. That's one of the things that I learned really, really early in this space is that, company titles, things like chief financial officer, chief anything, really, they're thrown around very lightly in this space, and most of them would not be able to hold that kind of position in the real world. So just take titles with a grain of salt. Not trying to be negative, just trying to be realistic. Yeah. Okay. I guess it's just a tale of caution, everyone. Give us a thumbs up in chat if you
Synthetics is still around, because I remember they were doing stocks and interesting type
They're
of
still about.
assets,
Yeah.
Synthetic assets.
It's basically the same protocol it was in 2021, though. Like, I don't think they've really updated that much.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I kind of lost track of it, and it's cool that you kind of reminded me that they still exist, and I guess still doing things, but not positive news. But
no, I mean, I just try and keep track of all these things, to be honest. Like, I sometimes get involved in spaces with people who do just these like due diligence spaces, that kind of thing, and like people who are just keeping track of protocols who may or may not be dubious. And trying to just make sure that everyone is mostly just informed. I think that's the most important thing in the world, is just making sure that the general Web3 populace, that we're all just more informed and stay that way. And just know what to look out for, that kind of thing. Right, so we also have Ripple versus SEC. Obviously, that's the big one. Last week probably, Ripple versus SEC, case closed. It's been 4 years, I think. I can't remember, it feels like I joined this space like probably 10 years ago now, but it feels like it's been going on the entire time that I've been in crypto for some reason. So the SEC has actually, the SEC actually requested from the court that Ripple paid $2 billion to the SEC for infringements, but the court got that down by 98%, I believe, to $125 million. So basically, kind of like a slap on the wrist type of number for Ripple, but there has been a few questions about whether this whole case has really been worth the time, and has actually brought about any more clarity than we already had before for the Web3 space. So I don't know if I've just panned it straight over to you guys. Maybe we'll go Trendy first this time. Trendy, do you have any an opinion on SEC versus Ripple? Do you think we've actually got anything out of this?
No, I mean, there's reasons why Gary Gensler has nicknames like No Claire Gare and all these other funny names. I feel like it was mostly just drag it out. They're just trying to drag it out to kind of pull a lot of the funds about and fighting, because it costs a lot of money to fight these things in court. So I feel like that's all it was. They're just trying to take down these companies by making them drag through this long process, and maybe they'll give up, maybe they'll close the doors. I feel like they've made a couple smaller companies close the doors, but I don't know. I don't have the big brain thoughts on it. I just think that nothing came of it. It was just an attack on the industry. They picked out a bigger giant at the time, and they're just fighting them, trying to milk money from them. That was kind of my thoughts on the process, and nothing really came of it except for a win for crypto at the end, because they really had no case.
Completely fair. Yeah. Maybe Zerk, what do you think, mate?
Yeah, I echo what Trendy just said, and really, I think the sentiment towards crypto shifted so much in the past 10 years. We have Bitcoin ETFs, ETH ETFs, hopefully other ETFs coming up, politicians talking about crypto adoption, so much work has been done since the initial kind of genesis of the case, and I think public sentiment towards crypto has shifted so much, and right, the politicians as well. So at this point, I think they just want to close the chapter and move on to something else, because it's not giving them what they were looking for. I think they were looking to become these, I don't know, maybe it was a PR stunt, right? Like, oh, he saved the public from the bead man, the mean crypto scammers. But at this point, I think people understand crypto a lot more. They know some of it is a scam, but other of it has some good purpose. So I don't know. I don't have big thoughts either, but I think, yeah, from when it initially started to now, it's just not the same landscape. So at this point, just move on to something else.
Completely fair. Yeah, completely fair. I think maybe that they've kind of even maybe succeeded in what they were doing. Like, personal opinion, I think maybe their overarching goal has always seemed to be to not have to come down on one side or the other as to like a static regulatory regime. Like, they don't want crypto to have clarity. They don't want that. They want like to be able to attack every single person individually on a new and completely random set of rules. That seems to be what, like, I don't know, that's just the way I'm seeing it right now, what I think they're trying to do. So in that regard, if they've managed to get through this entire 4-year legal case without still coming down on one side or the other with any legal clarity, then maybe they win. Maybe they succeeded. Yeah, I would love to get some opinions, guys, in the chat. If you're in the YouTube chat, please just drop it in the YouTube comments. If you're on X, you can drop it in the comments below this post, or you can do it on the AMA Questions channel in Discord or on Telegram. All right, guys, let's get into the meat of this. So first things first, quick reminder, guys, if you can jump down into the bottom right-hand corner of this space, you will find a small purple pill. It might be a different color on your screen. I know X does colors now. So if you can just click on the little pill that says chat, and if you can give us a like and a retweet on the space, that'd be absolutely amazing. April Zoe from X says, friends, I've seen around a lot. Scientists, can you elaborate on what means?
It's just a play on GM. Instead of good morning, it's mad morning. So, just a little variation. And yeah, it does read if you connect the two M's, but perhaps MM is a more appropriate way of pronouncing it.
Okay, I got you. Just thank you for the clarity. I appreciate that. Otherwise, I'd look like an idiot if I was just saying the whole time. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that. Okay, so scientists, welcome. Firstly, I'm really
sorry. I can't give up on that. Like, laughing so hard next to my daughter here. Like, just imagine meeting everybody just instead.
I love it.
Sorry,
I think it's great. Like, it feels like you're like it feels like one of your mad scientists PFP is just going
Taste the science.
No, that's brilliant, man. Brilliant. Okay, so I guess it makes a lot of sense to figure out exactly who the mad scientists are. We've got a lot of Galacticans in here. We've got a lot of scientists in here. So maybe if you could just give us a bit of a rundown. Who are you guys? What are you guys? What is your why?
Yeah, so we're the mad scientists. So this is the first NFT/PFP collection on Osmosis. Osmosis being the leading DEX and liquidity hub for the Cosmos ecosystem. So obviously we are very big fans of Osmosis. We try to promote that blockchain, and we try to, showcase all that it has to offer to the crypto community. We hope that Osmosis grows with the integration of Bitcoin trading very soon, and hopefully some Solana integrations as well. And we're kind of the community branch of that. And as an NFT project, we strive to innovate. We feel, there's a lot of NFT projects that, everyone has its purpose, but one of our purposes is to experiment. That is our catchphrase, I guess. Everything is an experiment. We had a very unique minting process. We have unique utilities, and we were always trying to create and do something different even if sometimes that doesn't work out, everything is an experiment. A result still allows you to adapt, to change your strategy, and to create something better eventually. I think this whole crypto space is an experiment so far. So that's what we're all about driving adoption of osmosis, about experimentation, and obviously being very mad together. Trendy, you want to add some few words here?
I mean, I really can't do any better than that. There's a reason why Zerker's the kissing babies and shaking hands man. He's got it down.
That's
I don't know
beautiful,
about
man.
the
That is
shaking
freaking
hands.
beautiful. You just kiss babies. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. Who wants to shake a bunch of hands? So that's absolutely beautiful as a mission. I love it. I love the everything is an experiment line. That's awesome. And it's very much the same kind of way that we are building right now with Galactica 2. You know, it's so very important to maintain that mindset. I think Web3 itself, you quite correctly identified, it's an experimental space. You know, we've been experimenting with finance for an awful long time now, like, I don't know, 15 years, something like that. We've been experimenting with finance on chain. And now we're like, we're starting to go into, I think the space as a whole is starting to experiment with social, with people, with real, with like the more, possibly even the more valuable side of life, with genuine people, genuine personal assets, like your identity, like things like that on chain and your reputation. So yeah, experimentation, absolutely massive. I would just like to, before we carry on, just like to remind everyone, if you would like to jump up here on the X Space, you are more than welcome to request to speak. You just obviously will give precedent to Zerk and to Trendy. But if you would like to come up and ask questions, you are more than welcome. I should have said that at the start, but you're welcome to request to speak. Okay, so do you consider like Web3 people different in this regard? Zerk, do you think Web3 people are different to like your average consumer or to your average advocate within like another community base? I mean, it seems like to me like Web3 people are different in some ways.
Yeah, I think it's still early. I guess not that early, but still early. And what I mean by this is most of the Web3 people that I know, or maybe this is the people that I hang out with, you know, they got a very strong drive for, I don't know any other word to put this, but freedom is one of their core values, right? Like that is one of their core principles. And having, you know, the power of owning your assets, of transacting, swapping, buying JPEGs freely without any government intervention. And kind of, I think, you know, a lot of people, that is the core value prop of crypto is this transparency and this decentralized network. So freedom to me is very important to Web3 people, unless you're really trying to, like I said earlier, make a quick buck. Then obviously
Too many people are. Too
some
many people
here
are.
are motivated by financial gains. That is for sure. But I think, yeah, the people that I hang out with, they really care about this. And I mean, just, you know, in the two news pieces that you mentioned, um, Gary Gensler being the U.S. government, and you know, us not agreeing with that decision, as well as synthetics again always going for the low key scams by leveraging and things like that. So I think, you know, that's why transparency and having the right to make our own decisions is so important for Web3 people. And I hope eventually this core value prop of crypto gets understood by the general public and they understand why it's so important, you know, to kind of have control of your own money. Because that's pretty much that's pretty much you at the end of the day, right? Like that, and if they can seize everything that you hold, well then, you know, what do you have left at that point? So yeah, I guess that's kind of the core principle that I see in Web3 people. And obviously, you know, they're all a little bit crazy, but that's okay. We love them that way. And I'm myself as well.
I couldn't agree more. A little bit of madness, though, is what makes a person. Like I think if you're not a bit mad, then there's something wrong with you. I really do. And you've nailed it on the head, man. Freedom. we're freedom people. We care about personal sovereignty. We care about like actually owning your stuff to the point where it actually can't be taken away. You know, where someone else, some other bugger somewhere else, someone in some ivory tower somewhere can't just say, nope, you can't. And we have the personal autonomy to say, yes, that we definitely can. It's extremely important, massively important. And I absolutely love that thesis behind the mad scientists. So can you give me like maybe some examples of the experiments that you have been running in this regard, guys? Because like I love the community vibes that I get from you. I love I love what I've seen across like all the socials, everything. But I'm not that deeply ingrained in the ecosystem yet, regrettably. But I will be. So I'd just love to know like exactly what kind of experiments you've been running with that. Like everything's an experiment tag.
I guess I could jump in here first, Zerk, and kind of like do our biggest and most ongoing experiment being Mad University, a program developed to kind of incubate content creators within the cosmos, giving them a voice, giving them a backing by a community, by a brand, and rewarding them. The kind of the motto of Mad University is research and reward. So daily we have the mad scientist posts about really whatever topic that they're kind of involved in that particular moment. So if they just want to kind of shield the mad scientist, or they want to show Galactica, or whatever it be in that moment, we're encouraging them to create content, create posts, and just grow their brand. And in return, they earn points. And these points, they lead to kind of like raffle tickets. And then every month we give away what equates to is a couple $1,000s in prizes every month, to reward them for essentially growing their brand, and in return kind of growing the voice of the mad scientist at the same time. So that's kind of one of our bigger things right now, is we're incubating this university, and in return this is growing our mad scientist reach, brand, and also their abilities to create quality content.
That's incredible. I love that. And I love that we are actually this aligned. I wasn't expecting us to be quite this aligned. I mean, I know, you know, you're epic community guys, but like, this is wonderful. This is like, this is we're currently designing the next stage of our community program ourselves. And it's, I don't know, it just seems very, very similar in like, at least ideals to what you have already built. So that's absolutely incredible, guys. So for anyone who's not aware, just for context, we had the Cypher State campaign, which we've been running for like the last year or so. Most of that, like, it's kind of been quite similar to a lot of Web3 protocols, in that you quest, you earn roles, you gain benefits for doing so. You gain like points, you gain tokens, whatever it might be. That's pretty much the goal. Whereas, like what Trendy is talking about and what the mad scientists have done, and what we are intending to do with the next iteration of our program, is to like create a genuine educational program, like a decentralized educational program, essentially, where your personal growth becomes the goal, and it's something where you get at least as much out of it as the protocol does, probably more. That's the goal, is to have more out of it than the protocol does. So yeah, this is absolutely incredible. So the way we're intending to do it, I don't know exactly how you're doing it, guys, is that we're building an academy structure in which we have leaders within several subjects. So like there's a bunch of subjects in which you can enroll. Each subject has leaders. And you have to basically go through various quest lines designed by the leaders, which are all like genuine educational content. So if you were an artist, for example, you would go through that. You would select being an artist as something you wanted to do, and then you would go through and like do the fundamentals of art, and then you would do like maybe a separate knowledge path in learning how to use AI to enhance your art and make AI hybrid art, that kind of thing. And then you would go on another path about marketing or something like that. I don't know exactly how that stacks up compared to what you're thinking about, but that's just how we're implementing it. I'd love to hear more about that because, like I'll say, I love the educational side of things.
Yeah, more recently, we actually what we do is we try to partner with some of our our community members who really excel in particular areas. Like we have a certain member, and I'll shout him out. His name is Tommy, and he's like incredible at creating memes and relatable content. Excuse me, relatable content. So we had him host a class called Memology 101, where he basically instructed people on how to create relatable memes, like all the assets and tools that he uses, and basically just giving them a crash course on how to create memes online just so they could grow their meme making experience. I don't know how we want to word that, but yeah, like, and then the class itself, like I like how your thoughts of having like dialed in kind of leaders in a certain area, but ours is we partner with a lot of um, brands, I guess you would say. So we kind of just like that would be our segmented portion. So we would have like a 1 week where we're really spotlighting Galactica. So people have the opportunity to pick threads, video content, memes. So there's a lot of different categories in which they could excel and use their personal touch on. And when they post that content on X, they use specific hashtags that our in-house bot, our Mad University bot, will collect and assign them points accordingly based on what they're outputting.
Incredible. Yeah, I mean that's something we've actually started looking at in the design stage, like just trying to get on board partners to do, like, I suppose, masterclasses, you might call it, like the same structure, just with like a masterclass kind of mindset from partners and people who like clearly have like above the pale knowledge. Yeah, absolutely, man. I freaking love this. I really do. So glad you guys came on. Actually, you know, it's something I haven't actually done yet, which I do for every guest. Please, every single person who is in the listener stage right now, I need you to do one thing, and that is to jump up to the Mad Scientist's profile, who is up in the speaker stage right now. I want you to give them a follow, and if you can find whatever their latest post is, and give them a like, give them a retweet, whatever it is, then please do so. It's just gonna just help them out, and it's something that I think we should do for every single good builder with good intent that comes up on this stage. So please, guys, just check out the Mad Scientist page. Okay, wonderful. So I think what we might just do is a bit of a just a Q&A here. So what do you think actually makes a strong community in Web3? Like what overall, what do you think makes a strong community specifically in the Web3 space?
That's a tricky question. I think, there are no shortcuts to community building. That's one of the things that you learn. If you give people, let's say you give people lots of money, you give them a generous airdrop, but you haven't taken the time to foster that community, they will probably, dump those tokens and move on to something else. So, what that means, and where I'm getting here, is it takes time to build a community, and showing up every day and leading by example is, to me, the best way to build a community. It's a slow grind, and you have to be in the space every day and kind of uh, chat with the community. Trendy's amazing at this. Oh, where did Trendy go? And basically, yeah, that's how you develop a strong community, is by taking the time to build it out. And the second thing, and very important too, is having a common mission, having a common goal, an objective. What is your purpose? Why are you building this community? What are we gathering around, right? Like, so let's say for mad scientists, osmosis adoption, experimenting, trying new shit, doing cool things, all that. Well, if you're behind that vision, then join us, and we'll show up every day, and we'll build that community piece by piece, brick by brick. So if you have no mission and you're not willing to put in the time, then you're not going to get a strong community.
Beautifully said. Beautifully said. I think Trendy is just still only half awake, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, we'll have to find out. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
having issue. Like I see him as a listener. That's why I felt like he left. And but it's just I guess it's my ex.
Hasn't changed on my screen, so we'll see.
Yeah, I fully agree with Zerk. Like with anything sustainable in life, it has to have a good foundation. And I think the key to building a strong, solid community is the foundation. And Zerker really touched on a lot of the main points of how to build that foundation and the showing up every day through the ups, the downs. It's easy to be there and be excited when everything is green, but when everything is red, like that's when the true colors are shown. Like if nothing changes, you're still there, you're still having fun with everybody, you're listening to people, you're being there when they're having a rough day, you're shooting them a DM, telling them happy birthday, whatever it be. Like you grow from square one, and how you treat your community, like that's kind of how you start to harbor your community members, and then they reciprocate the same thing to other community members, and then it just grows like a wildfire. So you showing up every day, you showing the love, you giving your community the attention that it deserves, that's how it will grow.
Again, beautifully said. Like I could, like there's a problem that I've had with a bunch of like protocols. And I find there's a dichotomy between like purely community-based projects and like utility projects, infrastructure, that kind of thing. And it's something that like me personally and the team at Galactica have been trying to overcome. I think it's really like a lot of infrastructure layers have struggled with actually making true personal connections, like really badly. It seems it's really tough to like you show up every day, you show up absolutely every day, and that's fine, that's good. But if you don't actually talk to your community and if you don't actually engage them with genuineness in your heart and like actual like realness, you're just not going to keep people around. You know, it's one of those things. You can go through an entire development cycle and have completely different people at the end than you had at the beginning. So this is something that we've been trying to remedy with the way we've been building. Like, I mean, I think everyone in the listener stage right now will know that I've been hosting this stage, this space for like a year and a half, maybe more. So you know, there's probably over 100 episodes on our YouTube channel right now, where you know you've got to show up and actually communicate with people, and I love that. I really do. I love that point from you guys, mad scientists, and I love that theory in general. So yeah, well done on your side for that for sure. We've actually got a couple more speakers on the stage. Welcome, guys. So we got Beltane and we got Cowboy. Cowboy had his hand up first. I'm sorry, Beltane. He definitely had his hand up first. So maybe we'll go for Cowboy.
Yeah, thank you, the co-host and the host, for giving me the opportunity to speak. A wonderful topic you guys have here, and you are doing justice to it. I like the first response to the question. It's a wonderful question, and you know, a lot of projects and communities like they have really gone about it the wrong way, because we see in this space we see so many projects, you know, trying to build communities the wrong way, because you know they are not genuine about it. Like they are trying to handle it professionally in the sense that they don't tend to, you know, bring out the human aspect of them, you know, and add it to what they do to grow their communities. For me, growing communities has to do with two things, which is first education, and the second one is genuine support for the community members. First, you have to educate the community on what you have going on, the problems you are solving, you know, what your project is all about. Educate them on that. Then you have to support them. Like always, be genuine with what you have to, you know, offer them. Once in a while, visit their posts, comments, you know, build. If it's in Discord, if you are building on Discord, probably you have channels like just like Citizen just said, you have channels for birthday presentation, birthday shout outs, and all those things. So like it builds that inclusivity. there is massive difference between building to just grow the project and building as a family. When we build together, there is this force that comes with it. When everybody puts in their effort, their collective effort to build a project, there is difference in it. There are some people that would even go out of their way to do some certain things for you, which you won't have to pay them to do. I don't know if you get my point.
No, completely, Cowboy. No, I completely agree. Again, it all just
Oh,
cycles back
so
to that kind of like genuineness. Sorry, did I interrupt someone there? I apologize.
oh, no problem. You did. I got.
Okay.
So, you have to just be genuine with your support. Be genuine at all times. Whatever you are doing, let it come from the heart, and that's just it. Even it has to even do with how we engage with each other on this platform. When you genuinely support people, you build connections with them. You meet people, you see a post you like, you got value from, you just like, comment on those posts, share, support those people, tell them that what they're doing is okay and that you like it. Continue with that. With the more you do it, the more you gain support yourself. So that's just for me.
Hell
Thank you
yes,
so much for
man.
the opportunity.
No, of course, man. Of course, you're welcome. You're welcome on the stage anytime, really. And yeah, from a protocol point of view as well, like we all should. I think, like guys, we should be thinking of ourselves as social facilitators as well. For example, like we have an awful lot of comments in the on the space right now. I would just encourage everyone to just jump down into the comment section right now and support each other. Right? I can say that because I'm like you can call me a figurehead, you can call me whatever you want, like of Galactica as a protocol. I see myself and I see our protocol as a facilitator for social action. So if you can spare the social bandwidth, however much that may cost, to just jump down into the comment section and just support each other, you might make some friends you'll make forever. You have no idea. Or you might just make someone happy. Regardless, it's a good outcome. So I think it's definitely something that we need to take into consideration as protocols. We're not just building our specific utility, we're also building a genuine community, and we need to try and support that. I'm just going to Beltane, just before we go to you, I'm just going to jump back to Zerk and Trendy to see if they have any other points they want to add on to this conversation before we jump over to Beltane.
I agree. I'm having issues with your audio. I don't know if this is me again. Trendy, do you hear him like real fast? Okay, I see a few hundreds. Okay, so it's not
Yeah,
you.
You're
it's a
hearing
little
me really
staticky.
fast. Okay.
Yeah,
I may have
it's
to
cutting a
rejoin
little
then.
bit and then it goes really fast for some reason. But I don't know. Anyways, sorry.
No problem at all. Maybe Beltane, maybe you can put in your 2 cents, and I'll see if I can sort my audio.
Yeah, GM, everyone. Yeah,
GM, man.
yeah. So speaking about community building, I think mad scientists have really been doing a lot of community building here and really supporting their fellow community members also. And I must say that's why they really have a good community. And also, I want to commend Galactica for your zero knowledge build and what you are doing in the DeFi ecosystem. So basically, I'm also here based on the support, right? I'm also here to say I create educational content for crypto newbies. If you check out my page, you see that I've made quite some basic content in more of a storytelling manner. So if there's anyone here that finds it hard to break down these terms, yeah, that's what I basically do. And I'm also a community manager. And then I've also gone through your docs, yeah, that's for Galactica, and I've seen that there are a bit of complex terms there. So I also intend to probably write 1 or 2 or even 3 or maybe 5 threads. Try to breaking it down for everyone here on this space. So thank you, and I'm also urging for your support. So thank you.
I really appreciate that, Beltane. I really do. And it's always good to find content creators who are trying to simplify like very technical protocols for more people to actually understand. I've thrown you a follow from the main Galactica account. Expect one back. I don't expect one back. You can do whatever you want. But in any case, thank you for that. I would like to just quick break. I need to remember that I'm a host. I'm not just here to just ramble on. So if you could just please give us a like and a retweet on the space, guys. Really appreciate it. We generally try and make these spaces as educational as possible, as high value to the listener as possible. So with that in mind, education should be shared. If you can give us a like and a retweet, that would be really, really helpful. And support your fellows in the comment section, as said before. Back to you guys, Zerk, Trendy. I think I want to do a quick exercise because I've kind of thought about this myself. So I'm just going to ask the question first, and then I'll give you a bit of context. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your communities, like the mad scientist community's overall size and its engagement as it relates to your goals as a team? That's kind of more the kind of question you would ask on an internal call or something. But I found it really interesting to answer this from Galactica's perspective. So if you were willing to answer, I'd love to hear it. So for example, with Galactica, I've given us a 7.5. I wanted to be completely open and honest with myself and our team. Because community is my main department, so any shortfalls here are completely on me. But I would like to give a 10 or 11 even to our core team, right? To our core community team, our sentinels and our advocates, the people who show up every day and just support us in every way imaginable. We have an incredible core community of people. I've seen more content out of our core community members than from any other project I've ever been in. So like I say, 10 or 11 to the core community. But for 7.5, why I said 7.5 is an honest score, I think we genuinely have some work to do to earn the advocacy of our non-core members, of getting people who are not core members up to speed with what we're doing, why our why, and why our why is important enough for them to care. There's an awful lot of stuff that I think we can improve upon to get our non-core audience engaged. Whereas I feel there's just looking through your chats, guys, from the mad scientist point of view, I feel like you guys have got a bit more of a handle on that, of actually getting your a larger percentage of your active audience advocating for you. So again, a score 1 to 10, how would you rate your community's overall size and engagement as it relates to your goals as a team? Again, don't want to answer it in full. Fine. I'm just really, really curious, guys.
Trendy, you want to take this one? I'll give a score after you.
Yeah, my score, it would be kind of cheating. I would say that I'd want to break it up into where we are now, but also where we want to be, because we continue to revise. We see what's going on, we adapt and we grow the program, community, whatever it be, based off of what's going on and what could be most beneficial to that moment. So with the core people that we have here now, I would say that I give them an 11 based off of just them showing up every day, them being brand ambassadors, them truly being the backbone, so to speak, of the mad scientist community. Because me and Zerker can only do so much. Me, Zerker, and Kudo, Liquid, we can only do so much. Without the community, we're just 4 people just talking to each other. So without them, we're absolutely nothing. So, but where we want to be is more a reflection on myself, Zerker, and everybody. If we had to grade ourselves, I probably wouldn't give us as high as a grade, because we have much higher expectations for where we want to help our community be. And that's not really a reflection on our core community right now. That's more of a foresight on where we want to be to bring even more value to the people who are here now, giving everything they got. So I would give them an 11, the people here now, but ourselves, and kind of giving if 10 is where we want to be as mad scientist team, I would say that we're probably at a like a 7.5, like where you were saying, like I feel like we have more to do to continue to grow this brand, to bring back the value that everybody is putting into it. So it's more of a long-winded way to say that we have a long way to go, and we're here for the long run because we want to make this thing as big and powerful and as robust of a magical community as we can make it.
I love that. And I love your kid too. I assume that's your kid. She sounds adorable.
Yeah, I agree with Trendy. I'll just give one grade. I'll give a 9. Like that, you know, it kind of averages it out and it's easier to understand. That being said, I think we got an amazing community. I see them show up on X. You know, they're chatting in Discord. They're and sometimes you know, those are the kind of the things that you see, but things in the background. And I'm just gonna state a few examples. So I see April Zoe here. Who else do I see? Well, a few people actually got us collabs with partner projects, you know, and they even got us some perks for the mad scientist community. So Martinez is a really big pillar for this as well. I don't see him here, but he's usually around. So, you know, people from the community that can actually elevate the project and surprise you, that is really incredible to see. So I agree with Trendy, you know, the 11 for the for the communities. I'll just go with the 9 because it's simpler to understand. But sometimes they surprise you. And I think this is one of the more powerful features of Web3 or crypto. You can, you know, for meme coins, NFT projects, or utility projects, you can, you know, the community actually plays a very important part in the adoption and the growth of the product or the brand, whatever you want to call it. So this is very rare. Like you can't go and say, "Oh, these Nike shoes are great," and then people are going to start buying Nike shoes, unless maybe you're like a top influencer. But in crypto, you can actually, you know, write a thread, and then people enjoy that thread and gives you a voice, and afterwards maybe you can connect with a protocol that you're very interested in, and then discussions happen from there, and then eventually maybe there's some collab or partnership that evolves from that. So I have been very, very pleasantly surprised with how many collabs, partnerships, and amazing opportunities we got through our community members. So and I was not expecting that, you know. Likes and retweets and things like that, obviously they matter, they're very important, but going out of their way, you know, and connecting us and going on these calls to make things happen for this project, that has really impressed me. So yeah, love the mad scientist community.
Oh man, I love it. I think we've found exactly the same thing, man. Like early on, we were identifying people who were clearly just above the bar, above everyone else. Like they were just trying so much harder to advocate for Galactica, what we were trying to do, who put in the effort to understand it early on, even when our documentation is ridiculously technical. And we're just trying, you know, like those true advocates who you build like a real rapport with. And then it's so important to just keep those people like not necessarily rewarded even. Like obviously you want to reward these people. Like we have our Sentinels program. I see at least 4 Sentinels, I think, in the listener panel. Just on the first page of the listener panel here. Not just with rewards, but also with like trust. Like, you know, clear and direct communication with your advocates who actually care about you. You got to give that care back. And like just maybe social benefits. Just like if they're gonna support you, you've got to support them. You got to like take you know, if they're gonna repost your stuff, you repost their stuff. You know, I think for example, our main Galactica account is actually relatively stale right now. I've already think that we've already come up with a plan for retweeting community content like at least 3 or 4 times a day, because I think that's probably the better way to go than just having like an informational page for most protocols. But like the point is that you just got to give back as a protocol or as a community or whatever. I absolutely love that idea. We've got a question from Flying Whale. I believe this was from YouTube. I want to say this was from YouTube. So how to get the attendance code? Yeah, you can get the attendance code now. I think we're far enough into the show. So if you are looking to complete the quest for this show, guys, the attendance code is madness, all lowercase, madness. So if you need that spelled out, it's MADNESS, madness. I'll say it again at the end of the show, but if you want to claim your points, then that's how you do it, okay? Let me know if anyone needs help with the dictation or with being typed down. Maybe some of our Sentinels can help if they need to type it and then delete it later, just for anyone who is regionally not able of understanding the word that I'm saying. Right, guys. So this is absolutely incredible. I would like to ask one more question, guys. So we've got a rating that we think for our communities. I'm very, very pleased with the responses, to be honest. I think they're very genuine, very honest. And I honestly think you should probably rate yourself a little bit higher, personally, just from what I've seen. But I think that's very much a personal thing. And I've only got the external things to go by. But I think you guys have built something incredible. I genuinely think that the mad scientist community seems like something special with the right mindset, like with that experimental mindset, with every single person in that community kind of vibing to the same tune. I do think that deserves like great recognition. So one last question, guys, because I think we are actually coming up on the hour now. We don't know where that hour went, not at all. So what do you guys do from your side as a team to keep that core community vibing, to like keep them considering themselves family and willing to support their family in that context?
Do you want to take and then I'll go?
Yeah, I'll give the long-winded one, and you could do the short one again. Just kidding. No, I think it's just simply just showing up and then just being there for your community members, just harboring those relationships. The simplest way to put it, and I really love the point that Zerker touched on about how our community is I don't know. I kind of want to call them our family. Our family is kind of taken upon the opportunities to connect us with certain places, like how April connected us with you and how Thorgard connected us with somebody else more recently. Like they're taking on the initiative to help us grow the brand. And I just wanted to reciprocate how special and important that is, and kind of getting trapped in this long-winded thing. I almost forgot what I was talking about. But yeah, I think the biggest part is just showing up every day. I don't know if there's anything more critical. Like you can deliver something really special in a moment of time, and with crypto it's very much so attention economy. Like, what have you done for me lately? Like, okay, you got me this really nice airdrop like a month ago, but I haven't seen you in here. Is this a rug? What's going on? So I think the most important part is just showing up every day and just being there for your community, harboring those relationships. So you have people who very much so are I don't want to say go to battle for you, but that's kind of what it is. Like they know you, they know what you represent, know what you stand for. So kind of, yeah, just you're growing the family, so to speak. And I'll let you kind of take over, Zert.
Yeah, absolutely. Showing up. I guess, this is simple, right? We're doing these spaces and people hear our voice. People can come up, ask questions. We have spaces at least once a week, if not multiple times a week, and then people can listen in, ask, in a very comfortable vibe. It's not like, everybody's allowed to go up and ask a few questions and chat with us. And this is for voice chat, right? Like they hear our voice. In Discord, we're always there. If you have a question or anything like that, you show up in Discord, we'll answer you. We show up, every morning, and we're there like most of the day, actually. So people can find us there. On X, it's the same. We try to post very, very regularly, giving updates on the project. Sometimes, things don't develop as quickly as you want but you can still share that, right? Like you can inform the community, we did this and this, and we're working on that. And people like the honesty and the transparency, and they want to see, I think, authenticity is very important. And Cowboy talked about it, touched on this. It's very important that they feel they know the real you, and the only way they can do that, right, is by you being there and presenting yourself. So absolutely, those are kind of the points that Trendy already talked about, but those are the key factors to maintain the community.
Well, you've done a good job, guys. Like I say, you've clearly done a good job, and we follow the same mantra. It's just build in public, right? Just be open and honest about what the hell you're actually doing, even if it's going to take a bit longer. Even if plans change, much better that the community just doesn't even need an announcement, right? They don't even need an announcement because you've been talking to them directly in the chats or on voice somewhere or anything like that. Like they already know what the state of the project is. They don't actually even need an announcement for it. You're just doing the announcement for the benefit of those people on the social medias and such. Like I think that's a really great way of building and a great way of keeping your community together. Yeah, well done, guys. Really. Basically this space, the idea of this space, guys, was to form an introduction. We're just getting to know the mad scientists, and so far, like I say, I've been truly impressed by what I've seen. I think we're definitely going to be talking in the background, ladies and guys. I think we're definitely going to be just having a few words, seeing what we can do. And doing something together, I'm sure. So I think we'll start winding down now, guys. I want to do one more restating, actually, of that attendance code. Again, just for anyone who finds it difficult to understand the word, I realized that we had a few of our Japanese friends, a few of our Indonesian friends, a few of the people from Africa who were unable to understand me on the last space. So I just want to make it very clear. Hopefully, like I say, if one or more of our sentinels can just type it and then delete it, that would be great in any one of our chats. The attendance code for today is madness. Madness, 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 all lowercase for your attendance code. Okay, everyone. Well, this is absolutely incredible. I've really, really enjoyed this space. And I could probably talk about community building for as long as you guys were willing to listen, which I doubt would be longer than about 2 or 3 hours, but in any case, still, it would be fun. Sadly, we actually do have other things to get on with, even if we would like to keep on continue talking. I just want to say thank you to Zerk and to Trendy. You guys have been incredible on this show. I'd love to have you back on, for sure. And wanted to know if you had any final words or if you had any particular call to actions, perhaps, that you wanted to shout out, or any particular people you wanted to shout out. You're more than welcome.
Yeah, I want to thank you for setting up this space and asking, I think this was a very interesting and fun space as well. The questions that you ask are very different than what we're used to, actually. This is gives a very different vibe and feeling to just talking about mad scientists. It's kind of learning a little bit about the team and what their thoughts on community are. I think I really like this format, is what I'm saying. You're such a great speaker, such a great voice, so you're definitely in the right spot to do this. So appreciate you taking the time, and I hope we can be on the space again sometime soon, and develop our partnership together as well. So big shout out to the mad scientists out there, and enjoy the weekend.
Hell yes. Well, thank you, guys. Thank you, and I appreciate your compliments on my voice, but I fear that it's mostly my microphone doing the work. In any case, thank you so much. Trendy, mate, do you want to say goodbye, or are you just too tired to say another word?
Yeah, I don't want to ruin the beautiful moment. I'm good.
How can you possibly ruin that moment when you've got your kid in the background being that cute? I don't know, man. In any case, thank you, Trendy. All right, guys. Well, this has been Into the Cypher State. We are the premier public broadcaster Galactica Network. You can find us here every Wednesday normally. Normally, this is not a show on the Friday. Normally, we are on a Wednesday at 8 o'clock UTC in the evening. This is the primary broadcast. We also have 2 town halls during the week. So you can join us for a community town hall on Monday and on Friday, both of which at 10 a.m. UTC. On Monday, you can find us on Telegram. On Friday, you can join us on Discord. Whatever platform you use, you can always get in touch. You can always speak directly to us, and you can always have a direct link to the team. So with that said, guys, thank you very much for listening. If you could give us a like and a retweet on the way out, that would still be really helpful. It still actually helps us in the algorithm and get this information out to more people. I think this has been very educational. I think it's been a very fun space. So if you could do that, that would be super, super helpful. Thank you. And finally, guys, have a really, really, really wonderful weekend. Like, life is too short. Make sure you keep your weekends clear and clean for good, honest fun. So please have a wonderful weekend, everyone. I will see you next week. I will see the community on Monday, and I will see the rest of you guys who are here for the spaces on Wednesday. Have a good one, everyone, and I will see you soon.